Hey YouTube, welcome to a monthly pickup video for February 2014. Now unlike January, February actually brought the heat when it came to new releases. A lot of new games were released this month, and there were a lot of new games that were released all around the board. You know, you got a lot of handheld games coming out in February, last gen console games came out, and this gen, finally, this generation, we got some new games that hit store shelves. So I have my Saturday morning cup of coffee here, and I'm gonna enjoy it while I share with you guys the games that I picked up this month. Before I get to the actual games, I did want to share with you guys, in case you didn't see my unboxing for it, but I did pick up the Sony Gold Wireless headset. It's in its little travel pouch right now because I've been using the mess out of this headset. I really do like it. It's one of the best headsets that I've ever had, but then again, I'm not like an audio head, so you know, I'm not all obsessed with audio, but from what I can say, my experience with it has been really good. I like the way it fits on my head. I've been using it a lot to play, you know, my 3DS and my Vita. I've also used it on my PS3 and on my PS4, and I'm so excited for, you know, Sony to take advantage of that companion app that came out alongside of this headset. I think Infamous Second Son is going to be that first game that takes advantage of the sound control. Like, you can actually go in and customize the sound. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Now, I will say this is a stereo headset. Unfortunately, it's not surround sound. But like I said, I'm not an audio head. Can't really tell the difference. I do know that there's not a lot of bass in this headset, which really doesn't bother me too much, but I'm loving it. Really do love it. For the Xbox 360, I picked up Fable Anniversary. Now, I really do like the Fable series, more specifically Fable 2. I spent a lot of time in Fable 2, love it to pieces. One of my favorite games from last generation, no doubt. Fable 3, didn't get around to finishing it, and it just didn't have that appeal that Fable 2 did. I did try out the original Fable on the Xbox, the original Xbox, and I couldn't really get into it that much. I don't know what it was, but I never played more than like 30 minutes of it. But I have sunk some time into this version, and I really like it. It looks really nice. The load times are a bit annoying. Every time you go into another location, it loads and, you know, kind of freezes in spots. But the gameplay is really solid. You know, of course, it's not as amazing as Fable 2, but it's good. You know, you can see this is like the beginning of it, and the story's pretty cool. Lots of fart jokes and craziness like that. So if you're into that type of thing, and if you haven't, for some reason, ever checked out Fable, you should definitely try Anniversary. I did pick up Thief on the PlayStation 4, and this game actually got mixed reviews, and I don't know, lately it just seems that reviews have been all over the place, and I have some serious thoughts on reviews, but I'll save that for a later date. But Thief, this is the first Thief game that I've ever played. Never played any of the older ones just because I wasn't really ever a PC gamer, and I never picked up, I think it was called Deadly Shadows on the Xbox. Never picked that up, but after playing a little bit of this, I actually might go back and try to find a copy of that Xbox Thief game. I actually like this game a lot so far. I haven't spent a gazillion hours with it. I've only done 2 or 3 missions, and I really like it. You know, I like stealth-based games, and I figured I might as well go ahead and give this one a shot. And I like where it's coming from. It has like a whole Dishonored vibe to it, and maybe Dishonored took a little bit from Thief. I'm not quite sure because, like I said, I've never played any of the games in the series, but I like where this is going, and I'm definitely going to stick with it. For the Xbox One, I snagged a copy of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, this is one of the Xbox One games that really caught my attention last year when it was announced back at E3. I was really excited for this one, and I forgot about it, and it wasn't until the beginning of January that I was like, oh man, you know, I realized that it was coming out really soon. from what I saw of the game before it was released, it just looked really silly and campy and right up my alley, and it totally is. I'm not big on multiplayer, you know, online shooters. Not really my bag. But Garden Warfare is a lot of fun. It really is. It truly is. You know, it's a budget title. It's, you know, retailing for $40, okay? But there isn't a lot of content in here. There aren't a lot of game modes. You have Garden Ops, which is basically a horde mode. There's also your standard like deathmatch, team deathmatch. And then there's the Garden versus Graveyard mode, which is a lot of fun. That's basically, I don't know how to describe it because I'm not really big on these multiplayer shooters. It's basically your team or whoever can get to a certain part of the map and conquer it first, they basically win that, and then, you know, a couple seconds later there'll be another part on the map that you have to go and try to conquer. It takes a lot of strategy and it's a lot of fun. I just like everything about this game. It looks really cute, nice and bright colors. I love buying the sticker packs, which are great. They give you like customization options and, you know, new weapons and things of that nature. I find myself, like, after playing this, not even for that long, you know, I spent some time with it last night, really got into it. I could see myself spending a lot of time at this game. This could be like my go-to shooter, just because I don't play Call of Duty online. I don't play, you know, Battlefield 4. Never tried Battlefield 4 actually. So this is a lot of fun. If you're anything like me and you want to try an online shooter, but you don't want to be intimidated by all the big boys out there, this might be your best bet. For the Wii U, I picked up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is fantastic. This is another game that got mixed reviews for some reason or another, and I'm really enjoying it. It's basically more Donkey Kong Country, and if you're down with that, then you're gonna love this game, and if you don't really like that, then you might as well try to find another game to play, because that's what you're gonna get in this game. There isn't really anything new in here, except for Cranky Kong. You know, you get Cranky Kong, the option of choosing Cranky Kong, Dixie Kong, and what's his name, Diddy Kong. Totally had a brain fart there. But the environments look really good. Lots of atmosphere throughout these levels, and I find it kind of hard. Not as hard as Donkey Kong Country Returns, but the bosses, I've been struggling with some of the bosses. I die a couple of times, but I'm really enjoying it. Almost done with this one. Definitely recommend it to you guys that have a Wii U, because we're not getting another exclusive retail Wii U title until Mario Kart 8 comes out, and that's in May. Moving on to the handheld stuff, we have One Piece Romance Dawn. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a GameStop exclusive. And if you pre-ordered it, you got the limited edition. Really nothing special. Only 16,800 that are available. And out of 16,800, I got number 14,320. One Piece Romance Dawn is basically an RPG, and I haven't played it yet because I'm knee-deep in another RPG, but it's an RPG. It didn't get the best reviews. It's a port of a PSP game that I don't think it ever came out here, you know, in the United States and North America. So it's something brand new. I've actually gotten a little bit into One Piece. You know, a couple years back, I was reading some of the manga, and I really enjoyed it. It's pretty funny. So I'm curious to see what this one's all about. Another game that I haven't had a chance to play yet because, you know, I'm knee deep in another game, and it was just released yesterday. It's Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy. Now, those of you that know me know that I love my Layton games. One of my favorite series to date. Really into Professor Layton. I think he's such a gentleman, you know. He's a nice guy, easygoing. And this is the final Layton game, you know, or at least the final game that's going to star Professor Layton, which I'm really curious to see if they're going to keep the series going and just use Luke, who is Layton's like little boy assistant. I'm curious to see if he's going to turn into the main character, and if he does, I don't know how I'm going to take that because Luke kind of gets on my nerves. But Azran Legacy wraps up the Layton series, and I'm really curious to see where this goes. Miracle Mask totally ended on a cliffhanger, so I don't know, I'm like dying to unwrap this and start playing it, but you know, I don't want to stop playing the game that I'm currently playing. But definitely putting this onto the back burner. Hopefully I'll be able to get to it really soon because I want to know what happens. For the PlayStation Vita, I picked up Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is an amazing game. I can't stress to you guys how awesome this game is. If you like visual novel type of games similar to 999 or Virtue's Last Reward, Phoenix Wright, you will surely enjoy this game. I guarantee it. If you don't mind sitting and reading your story, there's, you know, some investigating in this game as well, which is why it's similar to Phoenix Wright, because you'll be investigating crime scenes, and then there's like a class trial section, which is similar to the courtroom section in Phoenix Wright games. You're gonna love it. If you like that, you're gonna love it. It has that whole 999 Virtue's Last Reward vibe to it, because you're basically stuck in a location and you're with a certain number of other people. I think there's 15 people altogether, and you know what, I don't even want to get into it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but just know that you're trying to find your way out of this location, and it's pretty awesome. It even has a Persona 4 vibe to it because there's some social stuff in here, which was really surprising. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, the social aspects. But it's great, guys. I can't recommend this game enough. If you're into the visual novel type of games, definitely try to find this one. It definitely is a gem. And last but not least, the game that I am currently playing, I'm knee deep into this RPG. For the Nintendo 3DS, I picked up Bravely Default. This is the collector's edition. And I really am enjoying this game. Now, I did play the demo, and I was a little overwhelmed because I felt that the demo didn't necessarily do a good job of telling you what it is that you were supposed to do. This is the first time I'm playing an RPG with a job class, okay? And that's why when I played the demo, I was just so overwhelmed because I didn't know how to handle that. It was a little confusing to me. So I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen when the retail game came out, you know? But thankfully, the game does a great job of letting you know. It eases you into all of the different gameplay mechanics, which is awesome. Because if it didn't do that, I probably would have already given up on playing this game. But I'm about 30 hours into the game, almost at chapter 4, and I think there's 8 chapters in this game, so I'm almost, I guess, halfway done. I'm trying to do all the side quests that I can do, and I'm enjoying it. The Brave/default system is pretty awesome. It's basic, but it's pretty awesome, and it definitely, when you're playing against, when you come up against bosses, you definitely have to be strategic with that Brave and default. You really do, or else you're gonna get wiped out. Trust me, I know, because it's happened to me a couple times already. But the characters, or at least some of the characters, I really like. Others, not too much. And the voice acting isn't all that great. Yeah, sorry. But other than that, I mean, the gameplay is what really matters when you're playing an RPG. And I really do like the gameplay mechanics. I'm really enjoying it. So those are all the games that I picked up this month. Let me know what games you guys picked up and what games you're currently playing. Really want to know what you guys are playing. I know a lot of people are playing Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, and I haven't even gotten around to completing the first one, so I skipped out on that one for now. But yeah, let me know what you guys are playing, what you picked up, and as always, I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and I'll check you next time.